Holy shit! Somebody asked us a fucking question.
Yeah. What have you guys been doing? You don't have any questions? Like, really?
I
have about 20 million questions a day.
I see all the time on Facebook, Twitter, whatever the fuck. Oh, I'm depressed. This and that. I have a problem with. Oh, what should I do? You should ask us.
Which is why we hate Twitter.
We're not well equipped to deal with serious issues, though.
Just ask us questions. I don't care. You can ask us how our day is, or you can ask us, you know.
The answer is slightly to
whatever.
the left.
You can ask us really.
If you don't want us, to tell, hey, this question is from who? Just tell us, but we'll still answer it.
Yeah.
Anonymous.
Yeah.
If you really want to see us talk and babble and pretend to give you advice that maybe will help you, ask us questions. If you don't, well, I'm sorry, but screw you.
Yeah, so. Watch our other questions of the week. You'll see how it works. Yeah. But this is question of the week number 21.
Wow.
21.
Oh my God, our questions
we're
can
old
drink
enough
legally.
to drink.
I thought you were going to do your sign language crap.
That's too much.
2-1.
There you go.
I got my phone in my hand, so it's 2-1. Okay.
There you go.
We're going to take this question to a bar after this.
And take advantage of it afterwards.
I'm going to read the question.
Right. Read it loud.
So this question is from our friends in Park After Dark.
Shout out.
Yeah, my cousin is in the band. He plays bass, and they're a really cool band. You should definitely check them out.
Yeah, like them on Twitter. Oh, follow on Twitter, and
Facebook, Instagram, all that. Yeah, poke them on Twitter.
Poke them on Twitter.
But anyway,
poke them in real life.
The question is, what is your process for writing songs? What song are you most proud of? Why Jay Leno's Chin?
All right. How many songs in total do we have now, first of all? So there's the whole album.
Probably 20.
Probably 20.
I want to say 20.
Okay, well, that's
because
fast.
we got 14 on the album,
Yeah.
and then we got about 5 or 6 new ones, right?
And we wrote after that, obviously. Okay.
Yeah.
Probably about 20.
It's like, I don't know, man.
20.
I don't know.
Yeah, we have about as many songs as we have questions, which is a bad thing because we should have more questions, okay?
We're not making any more songs until we get more questions. How about that?
Whoa, I didn't agree to that.
All right.
I mean,
fuck.
okay, no, I got to bet. We're going to write the songs. We're just not going to let you hear them. Okay, but anyway, songwriting process.
I don't think there's any wrong way to write a song, but it's like a puzzle. If you come up with the lyrics or the melody first, or the guitar riff, so you got one part down, just put in the rest. And you're like, this sounds good, blah, 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 this and that.
Yeah.
I usually come up with a melody in my head or a riff. Then I'll add lyrics to it.
Yeah.
That's how I'll do it.
You go.
I come up with my best songs in the shower.
When he touches himself.
Yeah.
Naked.
Honestly, in
Stark,
the shower.
naked.
In the shower or when you're taking a shit, it's like the best thought process. You just
Mostly.
sit
It is,
there.
right?
I don't know. It's just like
It's because you're so focused, you're not doing anything else. Like, that's where you can breathe. Where your balls can breathe.
One time,
It's important for your balls to breathe. Sorry.
wait. Where's Gus?
Gus, where the fuck are... Gus!
Mom spaghetti.
Gus!
Yeah.
The meatloaf!
The meatloaf.
At this point, everybody watching is like, what the fuck? Well, watch our previous videos. Yeah, inside joke.
Bitch.
Anyways.
Yeah, our friend Gus was visiting from Tennessee.
Yeah, so anyways, back on topic. One time, I had a dream that I wrote the sickest guitar riff. And I woke up, and I didn't try to duplicate what I heard in my dream, and then I forgot it, and then I regret it to this day. So, if that ever happens, do it, record that shit on your phone or something.
Yeah, there's so many songs that are just like...
Before you forget it.
Every time I'm on a guitar, I don't know. I don't play guitar very often, but every time I have a guitar in my hand, I end up doing something new. Like, I always play around with shit, and most of the time I record it, and whether I use it or not is irrelevant because it's just nice to have different ideas that you can branch off with later.
Like Kenny was saying, sort of similar to that, there's like an abyss, like a black hole somewhere with all of the songs that I had ideas for and didn't write down or record.
Yeah.
And
that's a really bad place.
Similarly, on my computer, I can find a lot of songs that I did record that are complete shit. And it's really funny to watch them.
Yeah, I have those too. I haven't been on my laptop in like 3 years. But
no, that's it. On my laptop, it's just that important. That's pretty much it.
Well, no, yeah.
No.
I mean,
let's take our song.
Yeah, you're like
Let's take our song "Mistaken Heartache," And that was written before even this guy was in the band. This guy right here. He actually wrote the guitar parts for that. And,
most of them. He added a couple of cooler things and stuff.
And I got started on the melody and the lyrics on top of it, which we wrote together.
Yeah.
And that's how that song worked. And
I mean,
one of us could have a whole song written down instrumentally, but no lyrics, or vice versa.
I have no lyrics, oh no.
I like to, when I write a song, and if I have the riff and the lyrics, I like to, leave the second verse or the bridge out. I want to get their input on it. Like, I feel like, all right, I wrote enough of this song myself. You guys finish the rest.
Yeah, I mean, we all kind of come, to practice. We'll have an idea.
Collaborate.
A guitar riff, like a melody or whatever. And we'll kind of brainstorm together and like finish it together. I don't think most of the time we don't really finish songs on our own.
Yeah.
Like I know I can only think of one time that happened with me at least, and that was Jay Leno's Chin. Speaking of Jay Leno's Chin.
So what about that song?
Tell us
they
about
want
it.
They want to know.
Tell us about it, Justin.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not the greatest of lyricists. I don't think.
Don't say that about yourself.
You don't have to be.
I don't think I'm a good writer. Period. Like I've always struggled with writing.
That's why we play punk rock. Because you don't have to.
He's so modest.
No, I'm serious. Like growing up, I would always have like a mental block. Like it would take me hours to come up with something, and then I felt like it was shit, and I had to rewrite it.
Well, it takes practice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't show anybody, not even you guys, the first lyrics I ever wrote to a song. I would not show that to you. I would not show the melody to it. I would not show the riff.
The first
fucking
song,
embarrassing as fuck.
I ever wrote,
Hell
I had on like a bunch of post-it notes, and for the longest time, it was in my basement. There was like this fucking what do you call this thing with the drawers? What the fuck is it called? A dresser. There's a dresser, and I just stuck it to the back of the dresser, and it was there for like 5 years. And then I started up a band with somebody, and I showed it to them, and they never gave it back to me, and I'm kind of like embarrassed about that because that song was terrible.
Now it's just floating somewhere.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But anyway, so I don't know. With songs, most of the time, I'm very picky about what I show and who I show because I don't want to. And especially like I have to be ready to show it to somebody because I feel like I don't want them to be like, yo, well, that's all you have. Like I remember actually I showed Kenny Jay Leno's Chin before I had words for it, and he went back and forth. He liked it, then he didn't like it. He liked it, he didn't like it. And then when I brought it to him with the lyrics, he liked it a lot better, which I thought was great because like I never knew what I wanted to write for it. And then when I finally did, it was like, okay, this is a good song. Let's use it. And that kind of just was like, it was a past relationship I was in, and it kind of just inspired me to write. And it was just, that was it. I don't know. I wrote like, I guess like a verse, and I kind of just went from there. And actually, no, I wrote the chorus first, and then I wrote the verses.
One thing I want to say about Jay Leno's Chin is that shit fucked me up for so long.
Wait.
I could never play that song right until we got into the studio. And then we got into the studio, I still couldn't play that shit right.
Yeah,
And then finally we got a good take, and I was like, keep that shit.
And that's what happens when a drummer writes guitar parts for a song.
It's true.
Or that's what happens when you suck at bass.
It's kind of funny too because like I had only ever written guitar for that song, and then I wrote the lyrics, and I never even contemplated what I would do on the drums until we started playing it together, and like I don't know, I went over it so many fucking times because I was just never happy with what I was doing on the drums, and they kept saying like, oh shit, I can't play this part, they couldn't play this part or whatever, and I'm like, neither can I. Like, because I'm not used to playing it on the drums. So, like, it was like a learning experience for all of us to try and just get that song solid. Like, for the longest time, I did not like playing it because I felt like every time we played it, it was, like, kind of sloppy. And then I heard it in the studio, like, when we finally got it good and it was recorded, and I was like, yo, this is a good fucking song. We have to get this better. Yeah. We have to get this better. So we had to work on it. And, like, now it's, like, one of my favorite songs to play.
We did, and, yeah.
Sure. We never look back.
I also like, too, like, when I first came with it, I wanted it to be a song where it wasn't like just sung by me, and I like how me and Kenny switch off, and when we were in the studio, Zach came up with some harmonies and backing vocals, so like it became such a better song. Like all of our songs have.
Like I said, we all contribute something.
Yeah, that's basically
It's like
what
a
it is.
circle.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
like a circle. Like that's basically what it is. Like we all kind of write things and then we just bring it to the to a practice and we'll just like show each other and like we'll work from there. Sometimes like I know Zach's brought like full songs to us, but like even though he's brought a full song to us, it'll just be guitar and vocals.
Yeah, the
Or
drums.
bass and vocals, like Pavement was bass and vocals.
Oh my god, that song changed.
That song
dramatically.
was
That's
actually
exactly.
That song was actually just written on a jam.
Yeah.
He was playing bass.
Yeah, me and Zach do that all the time. We jam, we come up with some
Yeah, and
stuff.
when we heard that, I was like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah, it was fun.
It's like, "Oh, I don't know, I was just playing it."
Yeah,
That's,
I was like, "Well, play it again. We'll record it."
we're-
That's exactly what it is, and then like it becomes this actual song, and like that's what it is. Like we never really. I feel like no one has ever come and been like, "Here, I got the drums, the bass, the guitar, and the vocals." Okay,
Well,
that's never happened.
Even if it has, I don't believe it should as a band.
And it would never stay like that.
It's always that's what the great
They'll
thing
never
about
say.
a band is because we all have different influences and we're all different people and we have different ears. We're all just gonna come up with all these different ideas and it's become a collective instead of just one person's song. Like, don't get me wrong, there are people that like mostly one person writes the song for a band. And it's great. It's great. The music is still great. But like I think it's so cool like when you just have everybody involved and you hear everyone's input in the song. Like sometimes I'll listen to a song and I can be like, yo, that person definitely wrote that part and that person definitely wrote that part. If I know them well enough. Or I could just tell like the two different people wrote a part of a song. And it's not a bad thing, but I just think it's a great thing, when you just hear different people writing different parts of a song.
It's not always easy. I make compromises with them. They'll both be like, I want to add this into the song. I'll be like, I don't know if it sounds good or if I don't know if it needs it. But if they both think, I'm kind of outvoted, so I was like, all right, leave it. You know what I mean? Or vice versa.
Yeah.
And
I remember that happened actually with that happened with Mistaken Heartache. I had a part that the pre-chorus, I guess, and he wanted to change it slightly, so we did. And I actually like the way he did it better, honestly.
that's another thing. Yeah, you'll never know what somebody else is going to contribute.
Yeah.
And then you don't know if you like it until you hear it.
That's kind of a great thing too about like the whole thing. Like you can write everything on your own, but when you bring it to a band, I feel like even though it's done, it's still up for interpretation because it can always get better. You got
to keep an open mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There was the whole bridge of Mistaken Heartache too was like it was shorter, and we just extended it because of the vocals that he wanted to do.
Yeah, because you could tell somebody else in the band, let's add this, and you can say, I don't know if that's going to sound good, but you have to stay open-minded enough to try it and be like, oh shit, that actually does sound good. Let's fucking keep it.
I say that too with Give It All You Got. Like there was I had like a different idea for what to do for the chorus. Like me and Kenny both came up with two different choruses, and he had a vocal idea. I didn't. So we used his chorus because the vocal idea, the sha la la la's, that went with his chorus. It didn't go with mine. So like these are things that like that happen. Like you come in and you just brainstorm and things come out of it. Sometimes sometimes it's good. Sometimes it gets better. Who knows?
And you take your time writing your song. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
Sure.
That's the basic goal is that you're having fun while playing it. Like it's always good to challenge yourself. Don't get me wrong. Like that's like we did with Jay Leno's Chin or plenty of other songs.
But if it's not fun, there's no point anymore.
Yeah,
And exactly. There's nothing wrong with writing a song and then be like, all right, this doesn't work, and throwing it away for a little bit. You could revisit it.
Yeah.
But that's fine,
Yeah, I like sometimes too. A lot of things you just need a break from. I feel like sometimes like you just take a break from something and you come back to it and like you just be like, well, we played that better than we ever have.
Oh my god, White Stains is a song that I wrote when I was a teenager, and I threw it away for a long time, and then I brought it to them and we revisited it. And now it's some people that's their favorite song from us.
Yeah.
I remember you didn't even want to record that song, and we were both like, no, we're recording that song.
Yeah, we were going to the studio and you're like, we're recording White Stains. And we're like, yeah.
But that's a song I threw away for such a long time.
Yeah.
See what happens?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And writing a song is trial and error. Sitting there writing lyrics, you're going to like cross words out, replace it with other words and start erasing stuff. You're going to be sitting there with the guitar like, no, let's blah, 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 this chord on that word.
I remember actually with Jay Leno's Chin, and I keep going back to that because it was brought up. I originally had the verses in the opposite place. Like the second verse was the first verse, and the first verse was the second verse. And then I switched it. I'm like, this kind of doesn't make sense this way. Let's put it the other way. And it makes so much more sense to me now, like that. I mean, things like that happen. Like you can just revisit something and just be like, you know what? This might work better. And
There's no right way. There's no wrong way.
It's really
Just
not.
Genre.
Whatever
It's
you
really
feel
not.
is right.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think all of us like have a different approach on songwriting.
For
but,
sure.
But like when we come together and we bring songs to each other, we all end up working on it together, and it reflects all of us, which is exactly what the band's supposed to be.
It's musical fusion.
Process.
Speaking
It's
of
a
which,
process of fusion.
speaking of which,
Wait, before we get to that, there's one part of the question we didn't answer.
oh what?
What song are you most proud of?
Okay, I have an answer. So I feel like one song that has been like such a collaborative effort that I can think of, it just comes to mind, was Hangover and Out. Because that song we wrote a whole verse together.
Yeah.
All those parts were really different. Kenny came in with the,
Kenny
the
came in-
skeleton of it.
Yeah, Kenny pretty much
Yeah.
came in with
It's one of those songs, like I said before, that I started but I didn't finish.
yeah.
I purposely didn't finish it because I wanted their input.
I'm pretty
it was
sure
like,
it was
alright.
just intro verse, and I think you had an idea for the chorus, and we kind of like
I had
Changed it
the
a little bit?
beginning riff. I know
yeah,
that.
you definitely had the beginning riff. I think you had the first verse too.
And that was it. I
But I
told
remember-
you to write a breakdown.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I wrote a break, and it was funny because like he said, I want you to write a breakdown for the song. I feel like it'll be a good song to do that. Like that's not like we do that all the time. We just like we'll be like, how can we make this song different? You know, like we have a couple of ska songs and we have that doo-wop song. You know, like we just like try and like throw some extra stuff in there so it keeps it interesting. And he said that to me. He's like, write a breakdown, and I was like, I don't know what the hell to do. And then I don't know what happened. We were just playing it, and I was like, oh shit, let's do this. And he was like, yo, record that, and that was it. That was all. That was all. Like sometimes I think those are the best ideas. Sometimes like sometimes you'll just be playing the song like, oh shit, we can do this, and like it could be the best thing. Like that, just like a random thought that you have. So that's your favorite song. What about you?
I can't pick a fave. It's my band. It's my songs.
They're your babies. Can't say what your favorite kid is.
Yeah, right. Well, you can.
You're gonna
that's
insult
fucked
the
up.
kids.
You can, but you're not supposed to.
You don't want to insult our songs.
I honestly don't really have a favorite. That's why, I always wish that we had enough time during our sets to play every single fucking song we do.
Yeah.
Because I just want to play all of them. I was like, fuck it, let's play all of them. Like, what do we say?
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah. What do I say when we always play bar shows? Like, all right, let's try to play all these in covers. So, like,
Yeah,
when we
yeah.
actually have enough time.
No, yeah.
I fucking love it. Like,
Yeah. I agree. I don't really have one song that sticks out like that. I'm just like that's the one I'm most proud of. But like, I would say a lot of times I'll say that the song I'm most proud of I think would be Truthful Difference, just because before this band, like even with Drunken Love Story is like another one of our ska songs, but I feel like I don't know. There's just something about Truthful Difference that every time I play it, I'm just like, I feel like I've never written something like this before. And I'm just proud of it because of that. I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm playing behind the drums and like we're all playing, like everybody's doing their thing, and I'm just like, is this really us? Like this is like really cool. Like I picture just like like a band from like a ska band from the '90s or the '80s playing this song, and like it's just ours. It's really cool. And I also would say the same thing with Tell Me You'll Stay, because like I barely even listen to doo-wop, and we have this song where we're playing doo-wop, and it's pretty freaking cool. But like I wouldn't say that those are my favorites over other ones. Those are just the ones that are just like I'm really proud of. I wouldn't say that I'm more proud of them than others. I just think I'm maybe a little bit just because they're, like I said, outside of where I normally go. But I love all our songs. If we didn't love our songs, then we wouldn't be writing them.
If we didn't love them, who was gonna love them?
I'd say, yeah, I don't have favorites, but like, I will say, let's play this song based on the type of show we're playing. Like, if we're playing an outdoor show at Peggy O'Neill's, I'm like, let's play our Spur of the Moment, because that's a song about being on vacation and stuff. And like, the songs that really stick out there and gonna make us, it's about summertime. Like,
I remember there was a time where you thought that people didn't like Good Mood Song, and I was like, let's play, let's just. I wanted to show him that people liked it, and also I wanted, even if they didn't like it, I wanted to be like, well, fuck you then. We're gonna play it anyway. Like,
that's why we play I'm Sorry, Screw You right after that.
yeah.
But like, or we'll get put on a bill where the show is like ska theme. I'm like, all right, we're gonna play Drunken Love Story and Truthful Difference. Then you know, so those are the songs that'll stick out for that particular show.
One day we're gonna play a doo-wop show, and we're just gonna have to play "Tell Me to Stay Like 6
For our whole set.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have to write more songs like that, I guess. Yep. A doo-wop ska song. How about that? Yeah, that's next. That's gonna be the next one. We're gonna be very experimental with that. Yeah. So hope that answers his question.
Yeah, and
shit, 20 minutes.
Ask us more. Yeah, we fucking 20 minutes. All right, that was mostly me though. But yeah, just ask us more questions. We love answering them. Yeah. I hope we sufficiently answered the question. I feel like we never say that at the end, but I hope we sufficiently answer your question. If we don't answer your question sufficiently, give us a follow-up question, because we're not getting questions anyway. Yeah. So,
or come see us this Sunday. What, like we were talking about Process of Fusion before?
Yeah,
we're gonna play with Process of Fusion, Trails End, The Lonely Years, and Hounds of Justice.
Hounds of Justice. I'm part of that now. Our good friend James. I wouldn't say it's news, but people have been asking me if I'm actually in that band, and I'm here to tell you, yes, I actually am in that band. Our good friend James asked me to be a part of it a couple of months ago, and now I am. So
come see all of us Sunday at Killmeyer's. It's only $6, and fall's coming, and I don't know if we'll be able to play as often as we do. We some of us are going to school and work and doing all this and that. So yeah, might be the last really good show for a while. So please come out. Otherwise, just ask us questions.
What else are you doing? What else are you doing on a Sunday? Honestly. Yeah. Okay.
We care about
just come. It's at it starts at 7. Doors open at 6:30. First band, I think Hounds is going on first around 7:10ish, like that.
Come hang.
Yeah. Just come hang out, say hi, ask us questions in person, and then we'll make you wait 3 weeks to see a video.
Let's party, bro.
Or if not, then I'm sorry. Screw you.
I'm sorry, but screw you.